What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this very special episode this week of the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1 Rundown Review. This is where I am Hefe and Big Deadly Grin and we are all going to be kind of giving our thoughts, impressions, complaints on the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. We were going to do both episodes, but 2 out of the 3 of us here have not seen...
I'm the only one fucking watching them.
I'm the only one that watched
I was wondering. I was like, damn, you're low. Have not seen Episode 2 yet, so we will make sure. We might do a double one next week. We'll have to wait and see.
Or we're just going to be 2 weeks behind. Whatever.
So...
Giving people a chance to watch.
Right, exactly. Who knows? We might even do like a watch-along on Discord or something like that.
I would be 100% down for that.
VR chat. They have theaters.
So I am not... Yes, they do. So I am not as edumacated on the whole Star Wars franchise.
You ain't learned good on it?
No, I have not. As these 2 guys here. So will be just chiming in here and there. But Jeff and Evan are going to take it away on Season 2, Episode 1.
All right. It opens up. It was actually a really good break back into the series as far as like recapping on all the old stuff and kind of continuing on the story. There was a lot of cool cameos in this one. Your girl was in it.
Who?
Old Miss Banks.
I didn't even see her.
Yeah. Or no, is that in the second one?
It might have been the second one because I swear I didn't see her in the first one.
So anyway, I lied.
Back to the first episode.
No, it's really cool. We got to go to Tatooine, which was really awesome. And
I hate sand.
So coarse.
It gets everywhere.
And I slaughtered them like animals. But no, so it starts out, he's looking for a certain Mandalorian, and they give him where he's at. So he goes to Tatooine, and it starts off, he goes to it's like an underground fight club for I forgot the name of those aliens. You know which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, the pigs from Angry Birds.
Yes. I can never remember the name of them. But he goes to the head guy, and the head guy is actually played by John Leguizamo.
I saw that at the end, and I was like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, because you can't tell,
You
dude.
would never know.
I thought it was a random dude.
Yep. I was like, but paid him no fucking mind, and I saw that was him.
Right, but if you take into account like who runs this shit, and you're like, he puts a cameo of somebody in everything.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
So he tells him, there's a Mandalorian on Tatooine. It's actually Moss. It's not Moss Eisley or Moss Vest, but it's Moss. There's another one. It's basically like this little out in the middle of nowhere. Basically, it's this whole series is based on like a spaghetti western, and this is the most Star Wars-esque spaghetti western.
Yeah, it's
episode.
a little podunk town. It's like 2 blocks.
Yeah, it's like a moisture farm area basically. He goes there, goes and gets a couple of specks of, or fuck, I can't remember. It's 2 shots of fucking what looks like what's that blue shit? The
blue milk.
No, like the blue liquor that used to be about back in the day. Anyway, it's irrelevant. Anyway, it's like a blue liquor. So he's in the bar. The guy comes in. He's in Boba Fett's armor, and I was like, "Wait a second, that's Boba Fett, but it's not Boba Fett. Like he doesn't carry himself like Boba Fett." And he had a red sweatshirt on from Champion underneath it. And he walks in.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell from the silhouette when he walks up, because you don't see him like right away. You could tell it's not Boba Fett, but you know that that's Boba's armor. You just know.
Yeah, because Boba's like, it's the color pattern, you know?
I want to backtrack here for just 1 second. After we spent a nearly year waiting for Mando and Baby Yoda, Chapter 9 is titled The Marshal, a name that is likely to make fans who've been following the Star Wars novel very happy. In his quest to reunite Baby Yoda with his own kind, Mando seeks out other Mandalorians to guide him. He learns of someone on Tatooine, which weirds him out since he and his little buddy were already there but heard nothing about it. It turns out the man in the Mandalorian armor isn't a Mandalorian at all. It's Cobb Vanth, who was previously played gunslingers in Deadwood and Justified.
I don't think it's weird that he didn't hear about it at all. It's along the lines of like, if you're not looking for it, why would you find it?
Right. But the character's name is Cobb Vanth. Is played by Timothy. He's played by Timothy Oliphant.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's decked out in Boba Fett's iconic armor, and his story is played out in Chuck Wendig's Aftermath trilogy of the novels, which is set between The Return of the Jedi and The Mandalorian.
Spottish Spekpa? Fuck, I don't remember. God damn it. Anyway, irrelevant. He comes into the bar. He orders it. Mando's kind of looking at him. But it's weird because you can see the facial reactions on Mando without seeing his face, which is, for Pedro Pascal, man, like, hats off for him to be able to do that. So he walks in, just rips his fucking helmet off like it's no big deal, and then he was like, yeah, that's not who I'm looking for. He's like, you're not a Mandalorian.
Yeah, because he's just like, you care for a drink? And I was like...
It's like, this is not the way.
And that was like my very first thought when I saw that scene when he goes and he grabs 2 drinks from the bar and he's like, do you care for a drink? And he walks over to the table. And literally I'm thinking about, I was like, they got to keep their helmet on, so how are they going to drink that? And then he takes it off and I was like, oh, you're not Mandalorian.
I knew immediately he wasn't a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Like, it's like, so when he pops through the door, it's really just like collarbone up. So you see Boba Fett's helmet, and then you're like, and then it pans out, and it's like, oh.
I had a few emotions when he shows up. I was like, fuck yeah, who is that? What the fuck is happening?
And what is this
all the
bullshit?
emotions. With his new armor, which looks mildly damaged.
Hypnotic. Fuck, sorry.
I thought you were talking about. I could.
Yeah, no, that's what the drink looks like.
I
hypnotic.
thought you were talking about like an actual drink in the.
Oh,
show.
No.
Yeah, no, hypnotic and Hennessy.
Space hypnotic.
Which looks like it's mildly damaged by the Sarlacc's digestive system. Vance returned to the town and drove the goons out. He then strutted about wearing it to keep the town safe in a lawless post-Empire Tatooine. However, Mando's determined to take back the armor and totally unwilling to gun Vanth down for it until a bigger threat comes.
Oh, I want to throw in like a little fun fact too. If you look,
I love fun facts.
If you look at the back of the armor on the jetpack that Timothy Oliphant's wearing, there's a metal welded patch, and that's where Han Solo hit him in the back in Return of the Jedi.
When he was like, Boba Fett, where?
Yeah, yeah. So
that's funny.
It's patched up.
That's
now.
fucking cool.
It's the little things in the show.
The
and then he
amounts.
falls into the little pussy-eating teeth. Yep. All right.
Well, that was when he flew into the ship, I think.
Yeah, he hit him. He flew off, hit the ship, and then bounced off the ship, and then rolled into the Sarlacc pit.
Gotcha. Pussy with teeth.
Or Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Don't taint Star Wars.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah, so they start talking. Argument ensues. He's trying to figure out Mando wants the fucking the armor back. He's like,
give me that shit, and then Tim was like, side quest.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
And then as soon as he said that, another side quest comes up. Yeah. So it's like the distraction of like multiple side quests in one. The town starts rumbling. Townspeople are eating up. And then they realize that there's a fucking crate dragon, which is also a really fucking cool Easter egg because the crate dragon spawned off. If you watch A New Hope in the very beginning when they're sweeping the area of Tatooine, it pans over and there's a crate dragon skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that's all this is based off of. This whole episode is based really off of an Easter egg from the original movie.
They remind me a lot of Tremors.
Oh yeah.
Tremors, the sandworms from Beetlejuice.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you say the name of the dragon was? A crate?
Crate dragon.
Crate. Yep. A massive crate dragon rumbles through the town, traveling under the sand like a horrible beast. Vance promises
Get out of my floor.
Vance promises to give Mando the armor if he helps take out the crate. Going back to what Jeff said as a little fun fact, we saw a crate dragon skeleton as C-3PO and R2-D2 travel through the Tatooine desert. A New Hope and Obi-Wan Kenobi mimicked his cries to scare off the Tusken Raiders in the same movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one part that kind of threw me off too. Is like I never realized that you could develop a relationship with the Tusken people.
That was
you never
that was
really
interesting to me,
see
too.
that opportunity or that
Right.
side.
Or the
of
fact
him
that he could
presenting
speak the
himself.
same language as them. I thought that was pretty interesting.
All I know is while I was watching that episode, I felt bad for the marshal because I know I'd have been fucking annoyed just having, like, if we're hanging out and you guys are just like, fuck you guys.
Bro, that was so good though.
I'm not fucking
Yeah.
drinking that. Yeah.
Do you know what I said?
This is the way.
No. Subscribe to Twizzlers OnlyFans. That's what I said. Yep. Or is it I'm Nerd Dad?
It's actually Boy Bliss.
Oh, fuck, it's Boy Bliss.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
So many names.
For real, dude. Way too many aliases.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm off topic here for a second. Twizzler is everything I did gaming. Boy Bliss is just for the OnlyFans, and the whole Nerd Dad thing came about because when we started this podcast, and I was trying to get teaching myself all of this stuff, I thought about just going off and doing like my own little channel of just like gameplay. So I needed a name for it. So that's where that name came from. But now that I'm not going to be doing that anymore, I'm just switching everything to Nerd Dad.
To Nerd Dad or from Nerd Dad?
From Nerd Dad.
Okay,
To Twizzler.
Yes.
To Twizzler. I prefer Twizzler.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's what we've always known
Yeah.
me by.
Yeah.
Is it just gonna be Twizzler? Is that name taken, or is it
Twizzler is taken, so I do have to add the numbers, but everybody will just know it's me.
Word.
Here it turns out that the Tuskens are having the same problems with the crate, and they team up with Mando, Vanth, and the villagers to end it. Aside from Mando negotiating with them from the last time he was on Tatooine, the Tuskens have previously only been presented as dangerous savages, having beaten up Luke Skywalker in A New Hope and killing Anakin's mother in Attack of the Clones. This episode adds some refreshing nuance.
They get slaughtered like animals.
Yeah. I think it was really cool because like
The women and
they
the children, too.
they still refer to them as dangerous, you know. So like, but you do get to see that side. To
Well, yeah,
them.
that's the thing. Like now it makes me like. I guess it's kind of refreshing now that you can actually see them in a different light.
It's the
knowing
enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of
Right.
situation,
And
and,
the
I think it's awesome.
And just watching like them interact with themselves on a communicative level instead of just like and then like
One
stabbing
thing
people
I
or
thought was
whatever.
really cool, also, whether it meant anything or not, but they stayed true to how they travel. If you watch them walking in the show, it's in a single file line, so they can hide their numbers. I thought that was cool because
Yeah.
we've seen instances where people ignore things that have been brought up
To hide the numbers.
Yeah,
So it's an old
so
Obi-Wan
they stayed true to that.
Yeah, and that
it's like character growth, I guess.
but just the fact that like Jon Favreau just stays so true to everything that has ever come before this, just gives credit to him as how invested he is in this and why this is so good.
It blows my mind that like, if you just stick to source material, you're gonna be good.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I get different artists' interpretations of things, but if there's something already so embedded in something, I would stick on that.
which
track
brings
a
me
little bit
back
more.
to the Monster Hunter movie.
I know, buddy.
Not even gonna fucking talk about it. Back to the show.
Okay, so they meet, supposed to have a drink. They beat the dragon crate. They what?
Great dragon.
Crate dragon.
We'll get you there, bud.
Makes a deal with him. Hey, you help me kill this, you can have the armor back. So now they team up. In a nice little subtle instances of character growth, Van initially insults the Tuskens by refusing to drink their stinky drink, but later knocks one back after allying with them. So then they go. They try to, they come up with a plan. They go back, say, look, you're going to have to work with them.
Oh, yeah. So this is us. Sorry.
One complaint about their plan.
Mm-hmm.
How they wanted it to go and how it went. They should have just gone with how it went first. That would have been my first initial thought. Instead of, let's get this guy to jump on top of my shit. Fuck that. Let's just sacrifice one of these banthas. Good to go. Just fucking...
Well, I think that was the
Load
initial
that bitch up.
plan, but like the guy just didn't make it out in time, and then the crate dragon just went for him instead of the bantha.
No. Their initial plan was to dig the trenches, have it come out enough to blow it up from the bottom.
because they said
Whereas,
in the episode,
why not just
they said in the
Get it from the
episode
inside.
that its weak spot was its belly. So they were like, oh, hey, okay, have it roll over this, then we'll blow
Right.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that
that was
didn't
the
work.
thing. Because the marshal was like, "Should I blow it now?" And Mando was like, "No, not yet," because he wasn't out enough from the fucking hole.
Yeah.
You should have just fucking loaded up some fucking banthas, let it eat it, blow it up from the inside, problem solved.
Yep.
I mean, it was
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have had a
Right.
45-minute episode.
right,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
For the sake of the episode and like the action.
Right.
No, it was awesome. It looked great. It felt authentic. It was
What I
cool
thought was
shit.
really cool too. So everyone like there's another little subtle nod. Mando tells Cobb to distract him. Cobb bends over. The antenna on his helmet flips over in front of his eye. He
Yeah.
locks on. That's actually a nod from an action figure from the 70s
No,
or
that,
from the
that
80s.
was way cool.
Because it was like the functioning action of the action figure. It was like he bent him over and he like shot a little missile from his jetpack. So that's like a little.
It's a weird way to shoot a missile. from
One
a
thing that
jetpack.
was brought up, the missile from the jetpack. How many missiles did that fool have? Because he shot it off.
Well,
I
I think
saw twice, I
I'm
saw
pretty
two.
sure he got one from the Jawas. Like,
Probably. I'm thinking
Yeah.
so. He
Yeah.
had to have because
Yeah, I was about to
I
say, I
mean,
only
yeah,
saw
in
two.
that time span from the time that he got the armor to the actual episode, I'm sure maybe he's picked up an extra rocket, but
But I don't think Boba Fett used it.
no.
Yeah, so
No.
it might have been the
Boba
original one.
really didn't do anything.
He didn't. He just looked cool and he sounded
Yeah.
cool.
He nodded,
He's no good.
and
to
I
me
think he
dead.
had like one or two lines. That's it.
Yeah, he's no good to me dead. And
Yeah,
I think
he
that's
had, he
it.
had that one moment in Return of the Jedi, you know, with when Leia was disguised as the whatever.
Oh.
You know, he's just sitting there, arms thermal detonator, and Boba goes
Yeah.
with his gun. That's about it.
yeah. So but yeah, and like that was like a really cool nod. That happens before the whole Crate Dragon incident or scene. All right. And then what I thought was really cool is like him and like Mando and Cobb were like flying around on their jetpacks, like getting out of the way and stuff like that. It's like a really cool flying
Yeah.
sequence, which I thought was really neat.
Added verticality to the
Right.
Yeah. But then
Fine.
their plan fails, and then Mando's like, "Hey, I see a bantha with some more. What were they using? Was it thermal detonators or was it? Well, it wasn't exactly thermal detonators. It's something similar, but
Yeah, it's like actual fucking
like explosives. Like
Yeah.
for the sake of argument.
explosive tanks.
So he was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I know how to do this." And I guarantee the only way he survived it was because that shit's made out of Beskar. So he takes it, fly it. He gets eaten by the fucking. He drags a bantha out there, lures it out. The Crate Dragon eats the bantha, eats Mando, and then all of a sudden that motherfucker just dead.
Well, he flied out first, didn't he?
No, well,
I think he flew out and then he blew it.
no. I think he blew up and then got out.
Yeah, he blew up and then got out. Right.
It was a week ago.
Yeah, because he's all covered in like
You were up till 5 a.m.
Crate
Yeah.
Dragon goo and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, regardless of when he blew it up, he's
Yeah.
probably gonna have that shit all over because it was like highly acidic.
Yeah.
As it slaughters the Tusken villagers, Mando and Vance blast around using their sweet jetpacks. Seeing a pair of Mando lads battling a Crate Dragon is the stuff of Star Wars fans' dreams. Mando ultimately slays the beast by letting him eat him in an unfortunate bantha, then detonating the explosive in its belly. This is
belly.
reminded of the 2002 game Star Wars Bounty Hunter, in which you play as Jango Fett. But you battle a Crate Dragon on Tatooine. If you're feeling nostalgic, it's available on PS4, so I mean you can't play it. In the episode's closing moments, we see the mysterious someone watching Mando from the ridge. He appears to be wearing a Tusken Raider gear and turns around to reveal the face of Boba Fett. He apparently escaped the Sarlacc in the years since the return of the Jedi, and it looks like he'll be hiding out. How he got out is what's been up for the last 5 years will be unknown, but he'll probably be wanting his armor back. So Mando's inadvertently painted a bigger target on him and his Baby Yoda's back. We might be seeing Boba hunting him down solo as he could team up with Moff Gideon, right? Moff Gideon, and the Imperial Remnant. The Imps want Baby Yoda and would pay Baby Yoda serious money for his help in hunting Mando down.
But I don't think it's gonna go that way. I don't think.
No.
He's gonna
I
team
don't
up
think
with Moff.
so at all. Also, like, why? I don't know. I don't think he's really after his armor because, like, why did he get rid of it to begin with?
Yep.
I don't really like that article.
And there's
we need to discuss the thing that you sent me.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
at some point.
We'll get to that in just a
Yeah.
second. Well, actually, we'll hit that in just a second.
Yep.
The reason I think that he's not going to team up with Moff, and I think he's going to team up with Mando, is because neither of them are true Mandalorians. Boba Fett just showed up, and then actually, was he adopted by them, or I can't remember the exact.
Who, Mando?
No, Bubba. I think he just wears the armor. He's not a true Mandalorian.
Something like that.
And then
Was Django a true Mandalorian?
no, he's a clone.
No. Boba is an unaltered clone of Django.
The clones were from Django.
From Django, yes.
That's right. Okay.
Django's the original.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was either, because remember he in Attack of the Clones he was just sitting in hanging out in pajamas.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Check fact.
Check fact.
Wow. Fat check. Sorry. Boba Fett is not technically a Mandalorian.
Correct.
He's not technically a true Mandalorian. In Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, George Lucas establishes that Boba Fett is a clone of the Mandalorian bounty hunter Jango Fett. Jango Fett raised Boba Fett as his son on the planet of Camino.
Camino.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Django was an original. He's a Mandalorian. Boba was not.
Right.
Is not.
I think he just adopted the persona of a Mandalorian, and then Din Djarin is actually a foundling. He was rescued. So I think that's gonna, like, them not being true Mandalorians themselves. I think that might gravitate them towards each other for like a common purpose. Maybe Boba Fett's got like a hidden purpose that he's trying to fulfill. That's gonna bring them together to fight, Moff Gideon or whoever. It's too early to tell how this is going to play out, but yeah. So anyway,
Moving to the thing.
All right. So,
All right.
Do you want me to start, or you want to? Or because
I really don't care.
I want to hear how you.
Yeah,
do it.
I want to.
I want to hear. Well, we need to preface it
Right,
with
just
this.
based off the picture you sent me, we are not entirely sure if that was even Boba Fett.
Correct. All right. So, if you watch the very last scene,
We'll give you the image that you can.
Yeah. If you watch the very last scene of the first episode of season 2, Boba Fett is silhouetted and he's watching Mando drive through Tatooine Desert on a speeder bike with Baby Yoda and Boba Fett's armor. All of a sudden, it pans out a little bit. He turns around and starts walking, and then it cuts. Right. So like that's supposed to be the cameo for the guy.
You see the face of Django, Boba,
right,
clone, whatever.
All everything that Attack of the Clones is based off
Which
of.
I thought was awesome. They got the same guy that did the Django, all the clones, the voice acting, all
Right.
that shit.
And
That is awesome.
The aging's a little off, but whatever.
Nah, I mean he'd be old by now.
Yeah, but he's not that like. Yeah, I don't know. The timeline in Star Wars doesn't make sense. But regardless, if you look close enough, and someone did, they zoomed in. There's actually a cut on his neck. And now, if you remember from Attack of the Clones, Jango Fett was killed by Mace Windu in the Battle of Genosha.
It's not just a paper cut. It's literal
Staples.
line with like staples. Like somebody reattached this motherfucker's head, right?
And like reanimated him.
And now what Jeff was saying, you go to Attack of the Clones, Mace Windu just fucking that motherfucker's head off.
Yeah, and that's when like if you look, and there's that scene where Boba like picks up his dad's helmet and like looks at it. But yeah, so like that's the thing that everyone's kind of freaking out about. Is like, is this Boba or is this Django? Is this like a reanimated Django? Is this like what happened? Like stuff like that in Star Wars.
Did Boba hurt his neck? Is it Django?
Right. There's a lot of questioning coming from
Right.
that.
And when I saw the episode, I was super fucking excited because I was like, this is Boba Fett. Fuck yeah, finally. And then you sent me that picture, and now I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
It might be a little bit of a different direction. We could be completely out of the off top. It might be a injured Boba, but or it could be an intentional scarring. Just to remember his dad to some capacity. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not impossible that he could have just a fucked up neck. We don't know what he's been up to,
but it's very coincidental.
It's very, very coincidental. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the cut from episode 1.
It makes me wonder if so let's say it is Jango Fett. Mm-hmm. He heard that Boba was on Tatooine and he's there looking for him. It could go in so many different directions.
Right, but how does Jango alive still?
Right. No, yep. That's why I don't know if I like it.
I don't know. Leia got fucking sent out into space and stayed alive.
That makes more sense though. But she is force sensitive, and that I'm pretty sure that does happen in the extended universe. Actually, something like that does happen.
But maybe Jango's force sensitive, and he hit it. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's a tough call.
But I mean, even if you're force sensitive, you get your fucking head lopped off. I don't know, because
that shit.
It's hard to think about, because Darth Maul should have been dead after he got fucking cut in half, and he fell way the fuck downstairs. Should have died.
Here's the thing. Okay. Who was it that that put him back together?
The centipede people.
Yeah, they gave him.
He was half arachnid, half.
Yeah.
Right. So what if? Hear me out. That's not Jango's body, but it's like a fucking
animatronic body.
Yeah, like a robotic. Maybe he's like a Grievous type style now.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
It's just with the head, it just seems less likely than getting cut in half to me.
So what I'm learning is that anything is possible in Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff in Star Wars doesn't make sense, but I feel like it's not going to be done badly.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Mandalorian's let us down.
No, there's too much passion behind it, and there's only 3 directors that are doing it this whole season, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, those are the 2 most those 2 are more passionate about Star Wars than George Lucas is. So I feel like this is going to be done to the best of their ability, and it's going to be a story that makes sense, to every component of it. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Whatever.
Hell yeah.
Or my 2 credits, galactic credits.
Do you have any credits you'd like to add?
Don't fuck it up.
So one last question.
Yes, because Jon Favreau, we know what you watch.
Yeah, John, if you're watching this, don't fuck it up. Also, think about doing a Shadows of the Empire miniseries.
Please.
Do
it the same way. Same way.
Yeah.
Just replace Mando with Dash Rendar.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
All right. So our last question before we get out of here: what is your overall thoughts of season 2, episode 1 so far? Are we happy with it? Or are we?
Oh, extremely happy. Great break in, or break back in, I guess. Good way to set it off.
Solid starter episode for sure.
Yeah. Great cameos.
As a whole, I enjoyed it. The only thing I'm unsure about is the direction it's going to go in from there, especially now that I don't know if it's Boba or Jango.
Right. And we got a lot that's coming this season. Horatio Sands is back as that blue dude. You got Sasha Banks that's 100% playing Sabine Wren. I don't really care what you say. That's who it is. I mean, she's fucking Sabine, dude.
Don't care what you say.
And then you got Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka Tano. Fucking finally a live action Ahsoka Tano, and I cannot get more excited about this. It's not possible.
No, I think she was the perfect casting for that.
Oh, for sure. The age is perfect. As far
facial, everything's perfect.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of the. I think this season's going to top the first season.
Oh,
I hope so.
I think so too. I think it's going to take. I know we're only on episode. How many episodes are in?
8.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
It definitely has the potential to top the first
4,
season.
episode 3 or 4 before we start getting to that season 1 level.
I think I don't want to spoil anything. And I've said it before. It's not really a spoiler, but episode 2 is more of a filler.
Okay.
It's setting up the rest of the season.
Right,
most
exactly.
likely.
There's a lot of really cool shit that happens in the second one, but as far as like story
I need to watch
wise,
that like as soon as I get home.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna edit.
yeah, story wise, it's a filler episode. But I think what's gonna happen is we'll get Sabine.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Oliphant's gonna come back, and then we'll get Ahsoka. And then Ahsoka and Mando and Cara
I don't
Dune.
know. I feel like they're gonna tease us with Ahsoka. I feel like she's gonna be like a right at the end.
Do you think
thing.
so? Ooh, I wonder if it's going to be like that season 7.
Kind of like they
thing.
did with Luke. I feel like she's gonna be right at the fucking end.
That's got fucking ways too, man. I hope not.
It's
People-
gonna set it up for the. It's gonna set up and build hype for the next season.
I know people want her too bad, and Jon Favreau is a fucking fan pleaser. So
Yeah, but it's hard to fit a lot of shit in 8 episodes.
also question, because they've been talking about they've cast Ezra Miller, or not Ezra Miller, but Ezra. Fuck.
Flash.
No, goddamn.
Yeah, I
it.
was about to say the Flash.
No, Ezra from fucking Rebels. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah.
The character. So I'm thinking, if we get Sabine, we might get Ezra, and we might get fucking home dude. Fuck, you guys don't watch Rebels, do you? The guy that Freddie Prinze Jr. plays.
He's a huge Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
He's
of the
also a
rant that he
huge
did
germaphobe.
online? Did you see that rant that he did online?
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
Got him in a lot of trouble.
No, it's like
He was like, "Fuck you."
I used to work with this guy when I worked at Ruth Chris. He's a humongous Star Wars nerd too, and so he's went to like cons and he's met like Mark Hamill and just all these other people. And he went to a con and he was able to take a picture with Freddie Prinze Jr. And he's such a germaphobe that like you can't be anywhere near him. You have to stand like 3 feet away from him and take the picture like that. And it was so weird to like seeing that picture. But yeah.
Yeah, it's I think we're gonna get some Rebels people in there too.
That'd be cool.
Ooh, dude, Chopper. Okay, so Chopper's like the R2D2 of Rebels.
Right.
He's fucking cool. R5 keeps making
I
appearances.
saw the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fight from Rebels. That's it.
It's such a good fight,
It's super short.
but it's so good though.
It's all right.
But it's
I feel like it was underwhelming.
it's the moment they have together. though.
No, the moment was strong, but I feel like the fight itself was
Yeah.
underwhelming.
Well, I'm
for
just
sure.
talking about like the overall.
Yeah.
It's a very important moment in that series.
No, I mean that's why I looked it up and watched it.
But yeah, so I think that might be I think we're getting Ahsoka a lot sooner than the last episode. I'm hoping.
Yeah. No, I mean that'd be awesome for sure.
And,
Time
and-
will tell.
And bring some some old season 1 people in. I'd like to see the dude from Sons of Anarchy come back just for like a little hey, what's up, man type scene. He was in episode 5 when they went and
Which guy from Sons?
the fat guy
Oh,
with the long hair and the beard.
The guy that's in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, because he only
Rats.
Get these rats off my belly.
because he was only in episode 5 for
Yeah.
a little bit. But yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff's going to come back, and we're going to get a lot of new stuff, and I think it's going to happen midway, and then it's going to pop off, dude. Because we got fucking Darksaber, dude.
Yep, I did see that. Into season 1.
Fucking Mandos are going to just
Yeah.
destroy this guy. I'm
We'll
super
see.
excited. But yeah. That's
All
my take.
right. Well, I think that about wraps it up on this episode of the Rundown Review, Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. Evan and I are both going to go home today, right after we leave here. We're going to catch up on Season 2, Episode 2, and we will be back next week for our review of that. As always, please tune in every week, Tuesdays at noon. And this has been the Rundown Review.